Good morning students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 3, Understanding Quadrilaterals. You can see quadrilateral, it is a polygon with the four sides. So we will learn more about quadrilaterals, its parts, its adjacent sides, opposite sides, about the diagonals and many more things. Let us start the chapter with a definition of a curve. What is a curve? When you join a number of points without lifting a pencil from the paper and without retracing the portion of the drawing other than the single points, we get a curve. See, when you draw any figure without lifting up the pencil, I have drawn this figure without lifting up the pencil and without retracing means without overwriting the path, I get a curve. So according to this, in mathematics, this line is also a curve. Yes, it is also a curve. Then curves are classified as closed curve, open curve, then simple curves. So what is a simple curve? If the definition comes, what is a simple curve? So you will say any curve that, any polygon or any curve that can be drawn without, any figure that can be drawn without lifting up the pencil and without retracing the path is known as a curve. On the first page in your book 1, match the following is given. Their types of curves are drawn and they have asked you to match them. So the first one, if you see, if you draw it with a pencil, you will draw this line and this line. So it is a simple curve and it is not closed. So you will write it as simple curve but not closed. So this curve is simple and it is not closed. Second curve, you can see it is drawn like this. From here, see, this is all, these are curves. You have drawn this like this and like this. So what will be the option? You can see the options there. The A part was simple closed curve. B is a closed curve, that is not simple. C is simple curve, that is not closed. And D is not a simple curve. Now this curve, if you see, from here you started and you went here. So it is closed or not. Which option will come here? A closed curve, that is not simple. So it will be a closed curve, that is not simple. Next is this, a circle. So it is a simple closed curve. So you will write it as a simple closed curve. Then this one, you started from here, then you went here, then you went here, and then you went here. Last option left is, this is not a simple curve. Not a simple curve. So this way we can identify the types of curves, whether it is a closed curve, a simple curve, not a simple curve, open curve, and so on. The next is polygons. Next is polygon. What is a polygon? A simple closed curve entirely made up of line segments. So polygon is a simple closed curve made up of line segments only. You can see here I have drawn few polygons. These are all made by line segments only. Then polygons are also regular polygons and irregular polygons. Regular polygons are the one which have all sides and all angles equal. They are called regular polygons. Here the polygons which all I have drawn, these I have drawn, they are not regular, they are irregular, because here all the sides are not equal and all the angles are not equal. The examples of regular polygon are equilateral triangle, square, regular hexagon, regular pentagon, and so on. Next is quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is a polygon having four sides. See, I have drawn here two quadrilaterals. This is four-sided polygon. The polygon means entirely made up of line segments. This is another quadrilateral. It has four sides, AB, BC, CD and DA. Then the interior and exterior of a quadrilateral. I have drawn here one quadrilateral. Let us understand what is interior and exterior. Few points I have taken here on this quadrilateral. If you see point P, point Q, point R, point S and point E, they are on the quadrilateral. So I have written here P, Q, R, S and E are the points on the quadrilateral. Now which are in the interior means inside, point L, point M and point N are in the interior. And what about exterior? Point A, point B, point C and point D lie in the exterior of the quadrilateral. Next we should know what is a diagonal. A diagonal is a line segment connecting two non-consecutive vertices. Non-consecutive, or you can say non-adjacent vertices of a polygon is called a diagonal. See here I have drawn three different polygons. So non-consecutive, non-adjacent vertices means this P and Q if I join I will get a side. But this P and R I will join, I will get one diagonal, and this Q and S I will join, I will get another diagonal. So the two diagonals here are PR and QS. Then in this figure you can see it is a pentagon. Here non-consecutive vertices from D to E if I join, these are consecutive side by side. So I have to join from D to A. So this is one diagonal. Let us see how many diagonals this figure has. Then you will join D to B, another diagonal. Now D to C is a side, two diagonals I have drawn. Then from E to C one diagonal, total three diagonals. Then from A to C one diagonal, four diagonals. Then from B to E one more diagonal. There are five diagonals in this figure, that is in this pentagon. Next I have drawn one more quadrilateral. You can see in this quadrilateral one diagonal will be diagonal K to M, which is lying inside the figure, and another diagonal will be diagonal joining from L to N. So this quadrilateral also has two diagonals. One is KM, which is lying inside this, and one is LN, which is lying outside it. Next is convex polygon. A polygon in which all the diagonals lie in the interior and each angle is less than 180 degree are called as convex polygons. See, all the diagonals lie only in the interior and each angle is less than 90 degree. I have drawn few polygons. You can see these are convex polygons. Here this diagonal of this figure, one is here, it's lying in the interior. Diagonal of this pentagon also we have done just now, they all lie in the interior. Then diagonal of this six-sided polygon, you can say hexagon also, all will lie in the interior. You can see all the diagonals will lie here in the interior. Similarly, diagonal of this figure, here also it is lying in the interior, and each angle you can see this, each angle of the figure will be less than 180 degrees. Then we call these as convex polygons. Coming to concave polygon, a polygon in which any one diagonal lies in the exterior. Any one diagonal lies in the exterior and any one angle is greater than 180 degree. They are known as concave polygons. See, I have drawn here two polygons. This is a concave polygon. Here you see this angle is less than 180. This is less than 180. This is less than 180. This is less than 180. But this angle you see, this is more than 180. It is a reflex angle. Similarly here in this figure, this is less than 180. This is also less than 180, less than 180. But this angle is more than 180. Then coming to the diagonals. See the diagonals in this figure. One diagonal will lie here inside, joining the non-consecutive vertices. The other diagonal, if I name this figure as KLM, which will be the other diagonal, joining this L and M. So it will lie outside. Similarly here also one diagonal joining this vertex and this vertex will lie outside. In our class we are considered about only convex polygons. We will study about only convex polygons. Now we are going to talk about angle sum property of a quadrilateral. I have drawn here a quadrilateral ABCD. We have to find what is the sum of all angles of the quadrilateral. Like last year we have done, the sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. That is angle sum property of a triangle. This year we will study angle sum property of a quadrilateral. The proof is not in your syllabus. I am just explaining you. The result is that what is the sum of the all four angles of a quadrilateral, that we need to remember for doing the questions. Let us understand angle sum property. We will draw a quadrilateral ABCD, and with the diagonal I have divided this quadrilateral into two triangles. I will name the angles angle 1, angle 2, angle 3. This is angle 4, angle 5 and angle 6. So by angle sum property of triangle, in triangle ABC, the sum of all angles is equal to 180 degree. So you will write angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 equals to 180 degree. In which triangle? In triangle ABC. Similarly, in triangle ADC, the sum of these angles, that is angle 4 plus angle 5 plus angle 6, also equal to 180 degree. This you can say as equation number 1. This is equation number 2. Adding these two equations, what I am going to get? I am going to get the result, that is angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degree plus 180 degree. Now see, angle 1 and angle 5, this angle 1 and angle 5, I can collect them together, angle 1 plus angle 5. This is angle 2 plus angle 3 and angle 4, I can write together, plus angle 6 equals to 180 plus 180, 360 degree. Now angle 1 and angle 5 is making angle A. So angle A plus angle 2 is angle B. Now angle 3 and 4 together are making angle C, and angle 6 is angle D. So you can see angle A plus B plus C plus D, the sum has come equal to 360 degree. This is a very important result about quadrilateral, that the sum of all angles of the quadrilateral will always be 360 degree. It will be used in the questions when we are going to do the exercise. Now let us start exercise 3.1. The question number 1 you can do in the book only. Given here are some figures. You have to classify them on the basis that whether they are a simple curve, simple closed curve, polygon, convex polygon, concave polygon. This you try yourself. Coming to question number 2. How many diagonals does each of the following have? How many diagonals are there? The first part is convex quadrilateral. Just now we have done about quadrilateral. Whether it is a convex quadrilateral or it is a concave quadrilateral, it will have how many diagonals? It will have 2 diagonals. You can draw and see also. See, this is a convex quadrilateral I have drawn. One is this and one is this, 2 diagonals. Then the concave quadrilateral also I have drawn, this one, in which one diagonal lies inside and one outside. So in this also there are 2 diagonals. Coming to next figure, a regular hexagon. How many diagonals a regular hexagon has? This also you can draw hexagon and find out. I have drawn hexagon A, B, C, D, E, F. Now from every vertex joining non-consecutive vertices. So first I will join from A to E1, then A to D2, A to C3. Then from B I will start 4, 5, 6. Then from C I will start 7, 8. Then from D I have already drawn here, but I have not joined here. It is 9. Now you can see you have got a web type. So it has 9 diagonals. Next is a triangle. Can a triangle have any diagonal? See, they are saying join non-consecutive vertices. These are the 3 vertices. Non-consecutive, A and B, they are adjacent to each other. They are not non-consecutive. A and C are also adjacent. B and C are also adjacent. So in a triangle we have no diagonal. So the triangle has 0 diagonals. Question number 3 is, what is the sum of the measure of angles of a convex quadrilateral? Angle sum property. Angle sum property says that the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Then they are saying, will this property hold for a concave quadrilateral also? Yes, it will hold for concave quadrilateral also. One lab activity will be there. With that we will prove that yes, convex quadrilateral angle sum property is also 360 degree and concave quadrilateral angle sum property is also 360 degree.